Hey, Knicks fans, live and direct from the greatest arena that humans ever made, MSG. Here for game two. Just quick analysis, man. I didn't tap in after the debacle, the choke, for one specific reason. I wanted to get perspective and kind of give that to you guys. Number one, stay away from national media, man. The fact that TNT has Reggie Miller broadcasting in this building about our beloved Knicks already shows you the narrative that media has had for the last 15 to 20 years with the Knicks. It's always negative. It's always the Knicks. They expect the Knicks to choke. They're always looking for the shoe to drop. You don't get caught up in that, all right? Those type of losses, those type of choke losses, and it was a bad loss. It's a very bad loss. What Josh Hart said after the Detroit series in the press conference, after they eliminated them, Game 6, was for the next series we need to communicate. And he reiterated that in the same press conference and was very serious. Cat was kind of chilling, goofing off. Bridges was Mikal was kind of chilling. He was serious, and Brunson was serious. But Josh Hart said that specifically. The non-communication, and it was everybody. I think the media kind of circulated OG getting that cat on the bench, and they speculated it was because of the last Nesmith 3 where he hit it from straight away. That was on OG. That wasn't on Cat. Cat got picked by Turner. OG was playing way too deep in the paint. Nesmith is not going to drive. He's going to shoot. Since college, he's been a shooter and a solid defensive player. That was his MO. So OG had to play more up. There was no reason for him to be in the paint that deep. So that was on OG. But all that to say, communication is the reason we lost. Not calling out switches, not switching with your man, not playing defense on the string. So I think the Knicks learned their lesson. I think they'll do a lot better than what they did the other night. I think they'll be a lot better, man. You know, and I think they'll split this, and I actually think they'll win Game 3, but I'm not going to jump ahead to it. But also this, 1992, Game 1, Chicago Bulls Stadium, the defending world champions Chicago Bulls in 1992 played the New York Knicks in the semifinals for the Eastern Conference. The Knicks shocked and stunned the entire NBA, including the Bulls and Jordan, the great Jordan, and won in Chicago Stadium. Patrick Ewing, who a lot of these young Knicks fans who get caught up, again, we go back to media, we go back to that same narrative, get caught up in the media on the Knicks. Oh, Patrick Ewing was never clutch. He missed a finger roll. If you guys listen to my channel, you know that that's complete nonsense. And there are a slew of Patrick Ewing games where he was beyond clutch, dominated the game. Game 1 against Chicago, against the Bulls, Patrick dominated them. You look the numbers up. 30-piece, double-digit rebounds, blocks, steals. This was Patrick Ewing. Won in Chicago Stadium, and nobody thought we could ever do it. Even me as a youngster back then, I was a junior in high school, man. I jumped through the roof when they won that game. But the point being, a home team that's favored can lose that first game and still come back and win the series. Now, the Bulls took Game 3 in the Garden, which I didn't think they would do, but it showed the toughness and the grit of Jordan when he got fouled by Oakley and by Ewing at the same time, but still made the shot and then started mean mugging and yelling at Oakley because that was like his best friend and Ewing. But all that to say, that Chicago Bulls team lost that first game and came all the way back and beat us in 7. A great series, which put the Knicks on the map. That was the Pat Riley era when he took over the Knicks, and they became the Knicks as the Knicks in the 90s. But all of that to say, again, and I keep saying that because I want to keep you guys locked in. Avoid negative media. Avoid them with the narrative, the Knicks choke. No. The Knicks, they lose. The Knicks always lose Game 1. Many teams. Chicago Bulls lost Game 1 to us and still won the series in 7 games en route to their second championship in a row at that time. So then just be locked in. Don't be discouraged. Was it a bad loss? Yeah. Was it a choke job? 14-point lead with 3 minutes left? There's no way you should lose the game like that. But it happens. Like I said, it's not the first team to. We're not the first team to go through that. I'm not the first team that's favored to drop a home game in the guard in our prospective home arena. Now, I'll say this, because I hear a lot of people saying this too. The Knicks are 0-7 when they lose game one for any round that we face in the playoffs. I'm going to say this. This year, the Knicks broke the record, set the record for largest playoff victory. They also set the record for twice for the largest playoff comebacks in the history of the organization. All three of those, and those three records were against the Boston Celtics, a team nobody expected us to beat. So, I want you guys to be encouraged. We're breaking records this year, man. We broke records last year. Jalen Brunson set the record for the highest point total of any Knick in a playoff game against the 76ers. I was at that game and saw it live myself. So this particular group is about breaking records, breaking so-called curses, breaking so-called narratives that media sets up against us. So give them a chance, man. Listen, I know it's not easy. I'd be lying to you, and I don't lie. If I told you I wasn't down, depressed about that loss, if it didn't hit me to the core, it hurt bad. Because I could immediately see media for the next 2 days, which is what they did, chant the same old Knicks, choke, have Halliburton putting his hand up for a shot that he had no business hitting. That was just nonsense. So it's neither here nor there. I think the Knicks stay on Nesmith, and I think they stay on all the shooters this game. I think they play very good perimeter defense. I think they get Cat involved as well as Brunson. And the Knicks is the better starting lineup. And we have a solid enough bench where we can keep up with them. So I think the Knicks should win this game. I think they keep the lead this time, the big lead they had, and they win this comfortably. And then we'll talk about Indiana, going to Indiana. I think they'll win that game 3, but we'll talk about that. All right? But let's go Knicks. Greatest arena on planet Earth. Stay on the string. Communicate like Josh Hart said after the Detroit series and in this series and after the loss. Communicate. OG Cat, shake it off. Both of you guys need to do better defensively. It's not just and OG. If you play the way you played against Indiana last year's series, where they couldn't do anything with you, and you had one of the best games in the playoffs that you had against Indiana at the Garden, we'll buzzsaw through this team. So, OG, pick up your game. We need you offensively, dude. I know it's a lot to ask, but we need you, bro. And you can do it. You did it last year, bro. You did it last year. And it's pretty much the same Pacer team. All right, so OG, pick it up. OG's the key. If OG can pick his game up, give us 18, 25 points, couple rebounds, get those steals that you always do, bro. Get a block or two. Knicks will be in the driver's seat, because at the end of the day, we got 4 people in that starting lineup that can give you 20 plus, and 3 of them that can give you 40 plus, and all of them have scored 40 at least once this year. So let's go Knicks, and let's take a beautiful look at these wonderful Knicks fans, man. Greatest arena on planet Earth. Let's go Knicks.